Hmm. જૂનું ડેટા 2022 ડેટ એને અંદર જ રાખજો કાટવું ઈઝી રહે એમ નહીં.
Namaskar and very good morning to all of you. It's been a pleasant Saturday. So nice to see all judges of the state assembling for a judicial conference. Very soon, our chief guest and respected dignitaries would join us. This is the conference that is conceived by Honorable the Chief Justice with the novel idea to see that one of the most important stakeholder judges themselves take up the call what the institution demands from them. It is in this context that highest endeavor has been made by Honorable the Chief Justice and other judges of the High Court that subject selection has been apt to conference and target group has also been holistic and composite. Soon, our esteemed dignitaries and chief guests will be with us. I request all in the house upon their arrival to give them handsome round of applause. During these 2 days, we'll be having the deliberation on some of the key legal subjects. We'll be having the deliberation on the pivotal most subject touching to all the cadres of judges, that is exercise of discretion in deciding bail applications. We'll have discussion on facets of civil trial and civil appeals. Very important topic on account how court management should be done by presiding officers. We'll be having discussion with respect to the trust deficit, the concern on the part of the stakeholders. We'll be having a deliberation on account of very sensitive subjects in form of POCSO and Juvenile Justice Act. The judges' participation has also been solicited to this effect. Efforts have been made to see that resource persons having the profound knowledge and expertise on the subject made the panelist. The highest level of endeavor on the part of the Chief Justice is intended to see that our system gets the best updation. Apart from 530 judicial officers assembled at the auditorium, all other judicial officers at headquarters as well as at taluka places would also be joining us virtually. Arrangements have been made by High Court Registrar SCMS and ICT. Very soon we are expected to have the esteemed presence of our chief guest and dignitaries. We'll be having Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gawai, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chairman Supreme Court Legal Service Committee. We'll be having Honorable the Chief Justice and other judges of High Court. We are expecting the presence of our Honorable the Chief Guest at any point of time. Generous request is made that all participant judges make sure that the mobile phone either is on discrete mode or is switched off. Thank you. Release of magazine Nyaipat depicting the activities of legal service authorities in state of Gujarat, including Gujarat State Legal Service Authority, various district legal service authorities in the state, Taluka Legal Service Committee will also be summarized in it due to pandemic. For a long time, this has not been there. I request all of you that we are having in a very short time the presence of Honorable the Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai, and the judges of Honorable the Chief Justice and the High Court judges. I request all in the house to give a handsome round of applause to our esteemed Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India, Chairman, Supreme Court Legal Service Committee, Honorable the Chief Justice, Mrs. Justice Sunita Agarwal, Honorable Mr. Justice Viren Vaishnav, Judge High Court of Gujarat and Executive Chairman, GSLSA, Honorable Mr. Justice A.Y. Kokje, Judge High Court of Gujarat and President, Gujarat State Judicial Academy, Honorable Mr. Justice A. Suppaiah, Sir, Judge High Court of Gujarat and Chairman High Court Legal Service Committee. Welcome all of you. May I request Honorable Registrar General Shri Mulchand Tyagi Sir and Director Gujarat State Judicial Academy Mr. Rohan Chudawala to escort the esteemed dignitaries to dais. A huge round of applause to our esteemed dignitaries. With permission of Honorable the Chair, may I commence the proceedings? Namaskar and good morning. Welcome all of you. On behalf of Honorable the Chief Justice, Honorable Mrs. Justice Sunita Agarwal, Patron-in-Chief Gujarat State Legal Service Authority and Gujarat State Judicial Academy to this two-day conference of all the judicial officers on the theme Institutional Perspective, Self-Evaluation and Self-Evolution. We begin our conference with Nalsa theme song. Can we have Nalsa theme song?
एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास सुभाष न्याय का सबके लिए। आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो मिलेगा कमजोरों को न्याय मिलेगा, मजलूमों को न्याय मिलेगा। अपने इस हिंदुस्तान पर हक हमारा भी तो है, तो के इस गुलसिता पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए।
न्याय सबके लिए. The pivotal function the judicial officers perform. How this judicial performance can be in a best and effective manner. How self-introspection can be done in the context of the needs the system has. It is in this particular aspect that this judicial conference is unique. It's not only that the legal luminary is having the profound knowledge that is going to impart the precious knowledge to the judicial officer to exceed the knowledge of the judicial officers and enhance their skills. But it also intends to sensitize the judicial officers so that the performance can be as to the apt the system desires. This idea, as conceived by Honorable the Chief Justice, requires the best complement. The best part, however, of the conference to the effect is that this conference is going to be inaugurated at the illustrious hands of Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India, Chairman Supreme Court Legal Service Committee. We start our function by inviting our dais dignitaries to sprinkle the waters to the sapling and express our commitment for the preservation and protection to the environment. Thank you, Honorable Lordship. Seldom we find the head, the leader, who is a multifaceted, who has all the qualities to lead the institution to its best way. Apart from a distinguished legal luminary, an able administrator, a compassionate person, the institutional development being the motto, Gujarat High Court is pleased to have the Chief Justice in form of Honorable Mrs. Justice Sunita Agarwal. The innovative and the creative measures taken for improving the institutional mechanism involved the starting of MEDAG Center of integrating the concept of mediation in arbitration, establishing UJAS, permanent pre-litigation matrimonial lok adalat, sending the family court apparatus to the taluka level. Gujarat High Court indeed cannot expect the better Chief Justice to lead to its frontiers than Honorable Mrs. Justice Sunita Agarwal. I request Honorable the Chief Justice to offer welcome address.
Honorable Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Brother Justice Viren Vaishnav, Senior Judge, High Court of Gujarat, and Executive Chairperson, Gujarat State Legal Services Authority. Brother Justice A.Y. Kogje, Judge, High Court of Gujarat and President, Gujarat State Judicial Academy. Brother Justice A.S. Supaiya, Judge, High Court of Gujarat and Chairperson, Gujarat High Court Legal Services Committee. My esteemed brother and sister judges, officers of the registry, Learned Advocate General Mr. Kamal Trivedi, Learned Additional Advocate General Ms. Malisha Lavkumar, Learned Additional Advocate General Mr. Mitesh Amin, Learned Government Pleader Mr. Gursharan Singh H. Virk, President of the Gujarat High Court Advocates Association Mr. Brijesh Trivedi, Office Bearers of the Gujarat High Court Advocate Association, Chairman Bar Council of Gujarat Mr. J.J. Patel, participants, distinguished guests, good morning to all of you. It is indeed my honor and privilege to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India, a distinguished legal luminary who has devoted his life to the pursuit of justice. Born on November 24, 1960 in the state of Maharashtra, Honorable Mr. Justice Gavai has had an illustrious career in law marked by significant milestones. His lordship journey is one of dedication, beginning with his legal career post his enrollment as an advocate in the year 1985. Till 1987, his lordship was associated with late Barrister Sri Raja S. Bhosle, former Advocate General. His lordship quickly established himself as a distinguished lawyer in the Bombay High Court and served as an assistant government pleader and additional public prosecutor, and later became government pleader and public prosecutor. His lordship's legal acumen and legal expertise were acknowledged when his lordship was elevated to the position of additional judge of the High Court of Bombay on November 14, 2003. After working for several years in his esteemed role in the year 2019, Honorable Justice Gavai was appointed as a judge of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, a role in which his lordship continues to serve. His lordship's tenure as a Supreme Court judge has been marked by numerous landmark judgments that have significantly contributed to the jurisprudence of our nation. His lordship's decision, particularly in the areas concerning human rights, environment, and constitutional governance, have made a profound impact on India's legal landscape. A notable example of this is the recent case of Vivek Narayan Sharma, 2023 Supreme SCC, wherein his lordship, while highlighting the controversy, said, I quote, practices such as hoarding black money, counterfeiting, etc., when coupled with corruption, are eating into the vitals of our society and economy. Any measure intended to strike at such practices and thereby eliminate offshoots thereof, such as terror funding, drug trafficking, emergence of a parallel economy, money laundering, etc., must be commended. Such measures are necessary to sanitize like economy and society and enable it to recover from the plague caused by the evils listed herein above. I unquote. Also, in the recent landmark judgment of the state of Punjab, 2024 SCC, known as subclassification case, His Lordship emphasized, I quote, for the last 75 years, there has been a march towards achieving social and economic equality. There have been efforts to give social and economic justice to the millions of citizens who, on account of centuries and centuries of discrimination and inhuman treatment, were denied the legitimate right to come into the mainstream of life. The trinity of Article 14, 15, and 16, along with Article 46, 335, 338, 341, and 342, have provided a tool to march towards social and economic equality. I unquote. In the legal fraternity, the name of Honorable Justice Gavai resonates with the highest principles of justice, equity, and fairness. His unwavering dedication to the constitutional principles and his insightful interpretations of the law serves as a catalyst to the entire legal community. His Lordship's stewardship and judicial wisdom continue to be a beacon of inspiration, shaping the future of our judicial system. His Lordship's belief in the judiciary as the last bastion of hope for the common man is a guiding principle for all of us who are part of the justice delivery system. In the Conference of District Judiciary, organized by Chhattisgarh High Court in his keynote address, His Lordship, while reflecting upon the unity within the judicial family, emphasized, I quote, all of us are from the same family. No one is subordinate. Unless the foundation is firm, the building cannot be strong. I unquote. His Lordship's words reverberate deeply with the ethos of this conference, where strengthening the judiciary at all levels is at the core of our discussion. Justice Gavai also highlighted the critical importance of a robust judicial system as the backbone of the democracy, advocating for modern facilities that meet contemporary demands. His Lordship's vision for the judiciary extends beyond tradition as he underscored the transformative role of technology, particularly in the post-pandemic era. In the words of His Lordship, today, technology is essential for the functioning of the judiciary. Drawing attention to the seamless integration of virtual courts and digital operations in the judicial process, His Lordship noted above. Furthermore, Justice Gavai reminded the members of the district judiciary of their duty to uphold social and economic justice, rooted in the highest principles of integrity and impartiality. His Lordship eloquently outlined the four essential principles of a judge: to hear courteously, to answer wisely, to consider soberly, and to decide impartially. These timeless principles, His Lordship emphasized, form the foundation of fair and just decision-making and are indispensable for maintaining public trust in the judiciary. His Lordship's insights align seamlessly with the theme of this conference: institutional perspective, self-evaluation, and self-evolution, underscoring the need for the judiciary, particularly at the district level, to continually evolve while adhering to these core values. Sir, your presence here today is truly inspiring. We are deeply honored to have your Lordship amongst us. It gives me immense pleasure It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all at the annual conference for judicial officers of the state of Gujarat, an event for reflection and learning and ensuring the progress of our judicial community. Organized by the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority and Gujarat State Judicial Academy, this conference offers us an invaluable platform to come together, exchange insights, and renew our commitment to the highest standards of judicial integrity and efficiency. The theme Institutional Perspective, Self-Evaluation and Self-Evolution holds profound significance for the judiciary, especially in today's rapidly evolving socio-legal landscape. It emphasizes the importance of introspection and continuous growth within the judicial system to better serve the society and uphold the rule of law. From an institutional perspective, self-evaluation calls for a deep reflection on the existing structure, processes, and the overall functioning of the judiciary. It calls upon every member of the judiciary to evaluate whether the existing frameworks truly deliver justice and fulfill the expectations of the people. This introspection must include the efficiency of case management, transparency in the decision making, the timeliness of judgments, and the accessibility of the judiciary to the marginalized communities. By engaging in this practice, the judiciary can identify its strengths and the areas that require improvement, ensuring that it continues to function as a beacon of justice. Self-evolution, on the other hand, stresses the need for the judiciary to adopt and evolve to address contemporary challenges. The legal system must not remain static, but should grow in response to the changing societal needs, advancements in technology, and the complexity of modern laws. This includes embracing reforms that enhance judicial efficiency, incorporating technology to streamline court procedures, and fostering gender sensitivity and inclusivity. The judiciary must also be prepared to interpret laws in the ways that protect fundamental rights while addressing the evolving dynamics of the society, such as environmental concerns, digital privacy, and human rights. The purpose of this conference is to sensitize the members of the district judiciary to perform their judicial duties with sincerity, dedication, and efficiency by improving their skills required for the decision-making process. As we all acknowledge, the district judiciary is the foundation upon which broader judicial system stands. It is thus essential that they are equipped with the latest legal developments and practical skills. Over the next few days, we will engage in deliberations on critical issues, particularly focusing on the efficient adjudication of serious and chronic civil and criminal cases. Timely justice is crucial for maintaining public trust in the judiciary, and this conference aims to explore strategies to ensure that justice is not delayed but delivered efficiently and effectively in a timely manner. In addition, we aim to sensitize members of the juvenile justice boards, judges of children's court, and special POCSO courts on the importance of conducting trials in a time-bound and child-friendly manner. These cases require a unique blend of legal acumen and compassionate approach to out-of-the-box thinking, and we hope that this conference will provide valuable guidance in this regard. I would also like to acknowledge the dedication of all judicial officers present today. Your work is the foundation of public trust in the judiciary. However, as we strive to improve, one must always remember that the ultimate goal is to deliver justice that is not only swift but also fair and equitable. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the esteemed guests and participants who have gathered here on this occasion to achieve a common goal: to further enhance the quality of justice delivery system in our state. We look forward to valuable insights from our chief guest, Justice B.R. Gavai, and gaining his Lordship's vast experience and visionary approach to the law. I am confident that the message from our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Justice Gavai, will inspire us to reflect on our practices and embrace new methods to strengthen our institution. Thank you, and I wish you all a fruitful and engaging 2 days ahead. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Lordship, for inspirational welcome address. They say that when a distinguished, majestic, illustrious personality is felicitated, it's not that person who is felicitated, it's the institution that gets the honor. Our august house is, honestly speaking, is fortunate enough that we have the chief guest who falls in this category. To felicitate our esteemed chief guest, may I request Honorable the Chief Justice to do the honor by offering shawl. May I request Honorable the Chief Justice to honor our chief guest by offering shawl. May I now request Honorable Mr. Justice Viren Vaishnav, Judge High Court of Gujarat and Executive Chairman, Gujarat State Legal Service Authority, to offer memento, that is Pachedi, to Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India. Thank you, Honorable Lordship. Gujarat State Legal Service Authority has an illustrious history of carrying out legal service activities. The spectrum of activities of legal service activities as regards GSLSA and various DLSAs and as well as TLSAs in state of Gujarat is alien to none. To give a narration to this, may I request Honorable Mr. Justice Viren Vaishnav, Executive Chairman GSLSA, to make occasional address.
Dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Mr. Justice P.R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chairman Supreme Court Legal Services Committee, Honorable Mrs. Justice Sunita Agarwal, Chief Justice High Court of Gujarat and Patron-in-Chief of the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority as well as the Gujarat State Judicial Academy. My esteemed brothers on the dais, Justice Kokje, who is the President of the Gujarat State Judicial Academy, Justice A. Supaiya, Chairman, Gujarat State Legal Services, High Court Services Committee, dignitaries of the dais, my sister and brother judges, Mr. Kamal Trivedi, Pillar and Additional Advocate General, Ms. Manisha Lavkumar, the Additional Advocate General, Mr. Mitesh Amin, Additional Advocate General, Registrar General of the High Court, members of the Registry, the Director of the Gujarat State Judicial Academy, the Captain of my team, Member Secretary, Gujarat State Legal Services Authority, Mr. Virk, the government leader, learned principal, district judges, and my dear judicial officers. Mr. Brijesh Trivedi, the president of the Gujarat High Court Bar Association and the office bearers of the association, Mr. J. Patel, Chairman Bar Council of Gujarat, ladies and gentlemen. It's my deep gratitude and pleasure that as the Executive Chairman of the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority, we have gathered here today as judicial officers and my brother and sister judges for a two-day conference on important subjects that will be deliberated. We have resource persons who have profound knowledge on the subject. If my memory serves me right, at least during my tenure, after the pandemic, this is the first conference on such a large scale. And I think the credit should go to our Chief Justice. I'm sure that the conference will enhance our skills, legal, and also will sensitize us towards discharge our duties as judicial officers. That's why the conference is aptly titled as Self-Evaluation and Self-Evolution. We are blessed today to have amongst us an illustrious personality as our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gawai, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Chairman of the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee. Sir, with your permission, since I was sharing that moment with you, that post Diwali we will have you as the Chairman of the NALSA. After taking over as the Executive Chairman of the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority during these 6 months, as a patron-in-chief in our Chief Justice, today we will be releasing a magazine, Nyaypath, which will give us a pictorial presentation of the activities of the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority. So we are also releasing a magazine on prison reforms, which is a booklet on standard operating procedures for holistic well-being of the jail inmates, which is prepared by our Chief Justice and Patron-in-Chief, Mrs. Sunita Agarwal. So it's a proud moment for all of us. The Gujarat State Legal Services Authority has carried out various campaigns under the guidance of NALSA. We have in place the Legal Aid Defence Council system in Gujarat, which provides free and competent legal aid. During the past 1 year, we have provided legal aid through the LADC to about 5,941 accused in the state. We have avoided arrests of about 413 people due to these pre-arrest propositions promoted by NALSA. The vision of our patron-in-chief is to see that the legal aid goes to the poor. We have had several training sessions for PLVs and our DLSA officers, full stop. More importantly, through our legal aid clinics at the central jails, we have made arrangements to see that there is live streaming of hearings of proceedings of criminal appeals, so that the convicts in the jail can view their appeals being heard. Our PLVs assist those convicts by making them understand the arguments which are made in English by translating them for their benefit. In the National Lok Adalat over the year, we have disposed of about 10 lakh cases. We have about 800 trained mediators in the state, and last year we have opened up 45 mediation centers at the taluka level. We have engaged into training sessions where 100 lady advocates have been imparted training for 40-hour mediation, and therefore we are committed to have a growth of ADR mechanism through the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority. Some of the other important initiatives that the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority has done is organizing a program recently for physically challenged children called Muskan. A gender sensitization conference, Ehsaas Nyay Ka, was held in the recent past. At the 4 central jails in Ahmedabad, Baroda, Surat and Rajkot, we have established psycho-socio centers, and with the association of the Rashtriya Raksha University, we are also in tandem with a music school holding music therapy sessions for the prisoners of all these central jails. Signal Schools has been one of our projects which has been recognized over the country, where the buses of the corporation have been converted into schools where children who otherwise were begging have been given education through these signal schools, which are at all crossroads and important intersections in this city. I express my deep gratitude to Justice Gawai for having taken his time out to be part of us here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Lordship. Exposing the kaleidoscope of activities of Legal Service Authority apparatus in the state. Now I'll request the dais dignitaries to release the magazine of Gujarat State Legal Service Authority Nyaypat. It's the 34th edition that distinguished dais dignitaries would be releasing. This magazine depicts the legal service activities of Gujarat State Legal Service Authority, various DLSs, Taluka Legal Service Committees, and also it encompasses the statistics of the activities carried out. Thank you, Honorable Lordship. Also, we'll be having a release of a booklet, Prison Reforms. This provides a standard operating procedure for holistic well-being of the inmates languishing behind bar since long. This SOP has been prepared with tenacious efforts on the part of Honorable the Chief Justice. May I request all the dais dignitaries to release this SOP, Prison Reform. Finally, it's the moment. and I feel proud and privileged on the part of entire House to Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai sir to inspire us by his keynote address. Honorable Lordship.
Honorable Justice Sunita Agrawal, the Chief Justice of the Gujarat High Court and the Pattern-in-Chief of Gujarat State Legal Services Authority, Honorable Justice Viren Vaishnav, the Executive Chairman of the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority, Honorable Justice A.Y. Kokje, the President of the Gujarat State Judicial Academy, Honorable Justice Sufeya, the Chairman of the High Court Legal Services Committee, all my esteemed brothers and sisters from Gujarat High Court, Mr. Kamal Trivedi, the Learned Advocate General of Gujarat, Ms. Manisha Lavkumar, the Learned Additional Advocate General, Mr. Mitesh Amin, the Learned Additional Advocate General, the Learned Registrar General of the High Court and all his colleagues, the Director of the Gujarat State Judicial Academy and other officers of the Academy, the Member Secretary Gujarat State Legal Services Authority and the other officers of the GSLSA, all the learned principal district judges from the different districts present here, and all the members of my judicial fraternity from the Gujarat State, Mr. Gursharan Singh Virk, the learned government pleader, Mr. Hardik Dave, the learned public prosecutor, Mr. Brijesh Trivedi, the President of the Gujarat High Court Bar Association, Mr. J.J. Patel, Chairman, Bar Council of Gujarat, and friends. A very good morning to all of you. It's a matter of great privilege and honor for me to inaugurate this August conference, the one which is being held after the COVID. I'm really happy to be amongst all the judicial officers from the Gujarat State in a conference organized by the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority and the Gujarat State Judicial Academy. This conference with its theme, Institutional Perspective, Self-Evaluation and Self-Evolution, beckons us all to embark on a journey of introspection, where we evaluate our role and responsibility as essential organ of our legal system and envision the evolution of judiciary in the coming years. In today's rapidly changing landscape, judicial institutions must not only adapt, but lead with foresight and conviction. Our judiciary has been a critical pillar of our constitutional democracy and a crucial bastion of justice for the common man. The theme of this conference is particularly important as institutional accountability and introspection are necessary for any democracy to function. The judiciary's strength lies in its ability to evolve. Self-evaluation is an indispensable tool in this evaluation. It is not enough to rely solely on the authority vested in us. Our roles demand that we continuously assess the effectiveness of our system and our processes. By questioning whether we are meeting the expectations of the democracy we serve, we find the path to progress. At this conference, we have an era of stimulating sessions designed to ignite reflection and dialogue. In the first session, aptly titled Trust Deficit, Eroding the Credibility of Judicial Institutions, Ways and Means to Combat the Truth Decay, we shall deal with the issue of trust in our institution. I have the honor of speaking in that session. The judiciary legitimacy rests upon the trust it commands from the public. We'll examine strategies to combat the disinformation and misinformation that often cloud public's perception of the judiciary. At the same time, we shall reflect on several factors or incidents which affect public trust in the judiciary. This session will guide us on how to strengthen our institutional integrity through transparency and accountability. The next session focuses on a fundamental pillar of justice, the bail jurisprudence. Bail decisions are delicate, requiring a careful balance between personal liberty and social interest. The judiciary must exercise its discretion with precision, especially in cases involving the safeguarding of civil rights versus the need for public security. The session promises to explore the recent developments in bail jurisprudence, the challenges faced by presiding officers, and how we can refine our discretion with fairness and consistency. It is particularly important as the discussions on the exercise of discretion, especially in light of recent pronouncement from the Supreme Court, will be crucial for the learned judges attending this conference. I would not like to dwell upon the subject because I will not be speaking, but recently you must have come across various decisions of the Supreme Court on bail jurisprudence. Some of them are authored by me, and we have reiterated the principle which was stated by Justice Krishna Iyer decades ago, that bail is a rule and jail is an exception. We also considered the interplay between the bail, the incarceration, and the right of a citizen guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. I'm sure that the faculty, the experts speaking on that subject will enlighten all of us. With evolving jurisprudence under new acts like Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023 and others, the session will provide fresh insights into the practical application of bail law, ensuring we strike the right balance in every case. I'm certain this discussion will provide invaluable insights, equipping us to navigate the delicate balance. Speaking on bail, I feel that it is imperative that our trial courts adhere to the precedents set by higher courts, the principles enunciated by the Supreme Court on personal liberty, and the principles enshrined in the Constitution of India and procedural legislations must serve as a guiding beacon for judicial officers. By consistently applying these standards, particularly in cases involving special laws or sensitive matters, we reinforce the sanctity of liberty while ensuring that justice is not compromised. I would like to emphasize that the trial courts serve as a first guardian of personal liberty. The responsibility is important, for it entails upholding constitutional rights and legal guarantees that affect individuals. When it concerns an individual's right to life and liberty, trial court judges hold the power to shape the trajectory of these rights. The efficiency, integrity, and fairness with which trial courts perform its duties not only determines the quality of justice delivered, but also reflects the health and strength of our democracy itself. Moving forward onto the next session, the issues surrounding civil trials will be addressed in the session titled Facets of Civil Trial. Civil cases have certain crucial elements. They should not become victims of the delays. The systematic reforms that we require in courts are essential if we are to ensure that justice is not denied through delays. The focus will also be on the efficient disposal of execution proceedings, where we must consider innovations such as use of technology and paperless systems to enhance both speed and accuracy. Further, the session on docket inflow and court management will address modernizing our approach to case management. As the caseload on the court continues to grow, judicial officers must adopt tools such as alternative dispute resolutions, mechanisms, and information and communication technology. Courts need to embrace these tools not only as mechanisms for efficiency, but as instruments of transformation in the justice delivery system. The idea of smart courts is no longer aspirational, but essential for our times. This session will encourage judicial officers to streamline processes and work towards swift and precise adjudications, helping civil litigants see faster and fairer outcomes. I would like to emphasize that as we focus on alternate dispute resolution mechanisms, our role should be to create a conducive environment where parties feel comfortable opting for ADR methods such as mediation and arbitration, trusting that they will receive fair and just outcomes. By empowering judicial officers to guide parties towards ADR and ensuring that court intervention is minimal during the process, we can foster a culture where disputes are resolved outside the courtrooms with confidence and efficiency. This will help in unclogging our dockets and promoting a more streamlined civil judicial system. Tomorrow's session on the contemporary scenario in justice delivery will focus on the contemporary as well as emerging challenges of maintaining public trust in the judiciary. It invites us to rethink our approaches from fault finding in the system to actively bringing forth solutions. The session also emphasizes the ethical responsibility we bear as judges in our core function, that is, delivery of justice. A particular area that demands our focus is the juvenile justice system and the POCSO courts. The session on institutional commitment to the next generation will consider the evolving framework for juvenile justice and POCSO courts. I urge all of us to reflect on how we can create environments where children, whether in conflict with the law or victims of crime, are handled with the utmost care, fairness, and empathy. It is our shared duty as part of the justice delivery system that no one shall be treated unfairly in the eyes of law. Juvenile justice boards and child welfare committees must be places for compassion and understanding, focusing on rehabilitation and reform rather than being punitive in nature. At the same time, the functions of the POCSO courts must act as a deterrent against sexual offences against children. In dealing with juvenile justice, our focus must remain balanced between children in need of care and protection and those in conflict with law. Both categories of children require a sensitive and compassionate approach, but with different focuses: rehabilitation and reintegration into society for those in conflict with the law and safeguarding for those in need of protection. The orders in cases where the child needs protection, the courts must be cognizant of the issues at hand and decide the course of action best for the child. If required, the court should take the opinion of experts like members of civil society or officers deputed in state institutions like children's homes, etc., to decide what is the best course of action for the welfare of the child in need of protection. We must also ensure that the staff working in children's institutions are sensitized and are trained well in handling children with a caring approach. Furthermore, a special care must be taken in cases under the POCSO Act where the accused may also be a juvenile. Such cases demand a nuanced approach that protects the rights of the victim while ensuring the complexity of these cases is not lost in the procedural technicalities of the law. In all instances, the goal should be to uphold the principles of justice, compassion, and rehabilitation, ensuring that the juvenile justice system becomes an instrument of societal care and correction. As we move forward, I encourage all of us to focus not just on what we have achieved, but on what we can aspire to be. The violation of judicial institutions depends on the collective commitment of each of us. As we self-evaluate, we must be willing to adapt, innovate, and evolve with the needs of the time. The conference provides an invaluable platform for dialogue and exchange. I was told by the learned Chief Justice that there will be interactive sessions also. It allows us to learn from one another and explore how we can implement the best practices for the greater good of our judiciary and democracy. The session will serve as a stepping stones to shaping the future of our judiciary, one that is modern, inclusive, and robust enough to tackle the challenges of the 21st century. As we look ahead, one thing is certain. Technology will play an increasingly significant role in shaping the future of our courts, from streamlining case management through digital platforms to enhancing transparency with real-time updates. Technology has the potential to make justice more accessible and efficient. The adoption of tools such as video conferencing and automated court processes can reduce delays, eliminate backlogs, and allow judicial officers to focus more on the substance of justice rather than administration of it. I was happy to note that the learned Chief Justice told me that the video conferencing facilities are made available in all the central prisons, so the accused who are in prison can watch the proceeding in the court and have satisfaction of being part of the hearing. I must congratulate the Honorable Chief Justice and the Gujarat High Court for such a novel innovation. In the words of Richard Susskind, a leading thinker on the future of legal profession and technology, and I quote him, "The courts of the future will be more of a service and less of a place." As judges, we must embrace this change, striving to create an ecosystem where technology complements our roles, without ever compromising the human elements of compassion, fairness, and empathy that are at the heart of the justice. The eCourts project has been a great success in digitalizing courts and increasing the use of technology in administration of justice. This has impacted positively the lives of citizens who rely on courts for justice. An increase in access and simplification of court processes has increased the trust in our judicial system. I am confident that technology holds an important key to the future of Indian judiciary. Let this conference serve as a reminder of our shared mission to uphold the rule of law with fairness, integrity, and justice. As we reflect on our future, I am reminded of Dr. Baba Ambedkar's words that Article 32, which provides the right to approach the Supreme Court as the heart and soul of the Constitution. Expanding his vision, the right to approach any court in the country is the heart and soul of the Constitution, and we must be active in facilitating this right. I congratulate the Gujarat High Court and the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority for coming out with the latest issue of Nyayapath, as well as the standard operating procedure for prison reforms. I think this is the first of its kind in the country. The SOP will not provide the prisoners about their rights, but also the families of the prisoners as to what are their rights. I think it will go a long way in mitigating the hardships that the prisoners and their families face. I always say that our district judiciary and trial judiciary is the foundation of our judicial system. Unless the foundation is strong, the building cannot be strong. And therefore, you, the members of our family who are working as district judges, principal district judges, and trial judges, are the first face that the citizens face in judiciary. The trust that you command will be the trust of the entire judicial system, including the High Courts and the Supreme Court. And therefore, I must congratulate the Honorable Chief Justice and all her colleagues for organizing this conference in such a great way, wherein all of you are either present in person or through virtually. I'm sure that this conference will go a long way in strengthening the foundation of our judicial system and ensuring that the promise of the Constitution, that justice to the litigants, to the citizens, the system neither exists for lawyers nor for judges, but it exists for the citizens of this country, the end consumer of justice. The goal of the Constitution, the right to justice, also includes the right to speedier, efficient, and affordable justice. I'm sure that this 2 days brainstorming workshop will go a long way in ensuring that the promise of our Constitution makers that justice is available to the citizens of this country at the earliest and in an affordable way, in an efficient way, will be achieved. I once again express my gratitude to the Honorable Chief Justice and the judges of the High Court for giving me an opportunity to be with you this morning. Thank you very much.
Indeed, mesmerizing and inspirational address, Honorable the Lordship, and all the judges of State of Gujarat will definitely perceive and take the inputs provided by our Lordship for improving the performance in true letter and spirit. Not only His Lordship has provided the guidance on account of how this conference actually endeavors to navigate and improve the performance overall, but a detailed aspects have been taken down session-wise also. We are grateful, Lordship, for your precious guidance. I'll invite Honorable Mr. Justice A.Y. Kokje, sir, Judge High Court of Gujarat and President Gujarat State Judicial Academy, to offer vote of thanks.
Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gawai, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mrs. Justice Sunita Agrawal, Chief Justice High Court of Gujarat, Honorable Mr. Justice Biren Vaishnav, Judge High Court of Gujarat and Executive Chairman, Gujarat State Legal Service Authorities, Honorable Mr. Justice A. Supaiya, Judge High Court of Gujarat and Chairman, High Court Legal Service Authorities, my fellow sister and brother judges, Learned Advocate General Shri Kamal Trivedi, Learned Additional Advocate General Ms. Manisha Lal Kumar, Learned Additional Advocate General Shri Mitesh Bhai Amin, members of the Registry, Judicial Academy and Legal Service Authorities, all the judges of the District Judiciary, Learned Government Pleader for the High Court of Gujarat, Chairman Bar Council of Gujarat, Office Bearers of the Gujarat High Court, Advocate Association, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this inaugural session of Annual Conference for Judicial Officers of the State of Gujarat. On behalf of Gujarat High Court, I profoundly thank Justice Gawai to be amongst us to give a kickstart to the annual conference. He has provided us a guideline for this conference when he said in the Chhattisgarh High Court, and I quote, "Judicial officers to uphold social and economic justice, reminding them of 4 essential qualities of a judge: to hear courteously, to answer wisely, to consider soberly, and decide impartially." I unquote. Let us all be informed that Justice Gawai was in Ahmedabad to attend an inaugural ceremony of a very noble cause of organ donation hosted by the Indian Society of Organ Transplant. We all thank you for being with us despite your busy schedule. I must thank our Chief Justice, who never misses an opportunity to provide us all with a platform like the present one to facilitate interaction with the legal luminaries. These interactions are the steps towards capacity building for all of us individually. Taking clue from what Justice Gawai said in Chhattisgarh High Court, Chief Justice has given a motto for our conference: institutional perspective, self-evaluation and self-evolution. I wholeheartedly thank Madam Chief Justice. I also thank my brother judges, Justice Vaishnav and Justice Supaiya, who have taken keen interest in planning and participating in the conference. I thank my sister and brother judges for being here, as your presence inspires the participating judges and also provide them with the opportunity to interact with their respective administrative judges. On behalf of our Chief Justice and High Court, I thank the Registrar General and his team who have worked tirelessly and efficiently to attend to the minutest detail of the conference. I lastly thank all the honorable participating judges for their presence in this conference, with an assurance that the success of this conference by their meaningful participation. Thank you all for being here. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Lordship. May I request all present in the House to rise for national anthem?
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्ज्वल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. With this, with the permission of Honorable the Chair, may I declare to culminate this session. There is an important announcement. The dais dignitaries and honorable judges of High Court would proceed for a group photo. All participant judges will remain in auditorium. In a very short while, we'll be having our first session to start. I'll request Honorable Registrar General and Director Gujarat State Judicial Academy to escort the dignitaries for a group photo.